Shalom, everyone. This video is about Abram's journey from Ur of the Chaldees or Chaldeans here in ancient America. So there's a little bit of history that needs to be explained in the scriptures regarding Abram's brother Haran. Here in Bereshit or Genesis, the 11th chapter, in the 28th verse, we read, "And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his birth in Ur of the Chaldeans." So Haran is the son of Terah. Terah had three sons, Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And the brother Haran died in Ur. So we're going to read about that. And it goes into detail here in the book of Jubilees. Now, in this translation, there are different names that have been translated different. Like here we see Tara, but that's Terah, what we just read in the scriptures. But as we read along, I'll explain. Here in Jubilees, chapter 12, verse 1. "And it happened in the 6th week, in the 7th year thereof, Abram said unto Terah, his father, saying, Father. And he said, Behold, here I am, my son. And he said, What assistance and what pleasure have we from all the idols which thou dost worship and before which thou dost prostrate thyself? For there is no spirit in them, but they are dumb statues and a deception of the heart. Do not worship them. Worship the Elohim of heaven, who sends down dew and rain upon the earth and does everything upon the earth and has created everything through his word, and all living things are from before his face. Why do ye worship those who have no heart and spirit in them? For they are the works of hands, and upon your shoulders do ye carry them, and ye have from them no help, but a great disgrace to those who make them, and a deception of the heart to those who worship them. Do not worship them. And Terah said, I also know it, my son. Now, this is where it gets very interesting regarding anyone that knows better and does different. But let's keep reading. He said, I also know it, my son. But what shall I do with this people who command me that I should serve them? If I tell them the truth, they will slay me, for their soul clings to them to worship and glorify them. Excuse me. Keep silent, my son, lest they slay thee, And these words he spoke to his two brothers, and they became angry at him, and he kept silent. Verse 13. And in the 60th year of the life of Abram, that is, in the fourth week, Abram arose in the night and burned down the house of his idols and burned all that was in the house. And there was no man that knew it. And they arose in the night and desired to save their idols from the midst of the flame. And Haran, here it says Aram, but this is Haran, ran in order to save them. And the fire burned over him and he burned in the midst of the fire. And he died in Ur of the Chaldees before Terah, his father. And they buried him in Ur. And Terah went away from Ur of the Chaldees, he and his sons, in order to come into the land of the Lebanon and into the land of Canaan. And he dwelt in Haran, and Abram dwelt with his father Terah in Haran 2 weeks of years. So as we go down to verse 21. Deliver me from the hands of the evil spirits who reign over the thoughts of hearts of men, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my Elohim, and cause thou me and my seed in eternity not to go astray from now on and to eternity. And I say, shall I return to Ur of the Chaldees, who seek my face, that I should return to them, or shall I remain here in this place? The right path before thee prosper in the hands of thy servant, that he may follow it, and now walk in the error of my heart. Excuse me. O my Elohim, he completed his words in prayer, and behold, Yahweh sent a word to him through me, saying, up, go thou out of thy country, and out of thy kindred, and out of the house of thy father, into a land which I will show to thee, and I will make thee in the land which is great into a great and numerous people. And I will bless thee, and I will make thy name great, and thou shalt be blessed in the land, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in thee. Those that bless thee, I will bless. Those that curse thee, I will curse. And I will be an Elohim to thee, and to thy children, and to thy children's children, and to all thy seed, and behind thee will be thy El, or Elohim. Fear not, from now on to all the generations of the earth, I am thy Elohim. And Yahweh Elohim said to me, open his mouth and his ears, that he may hear and speak with the language which has been revealed, for it has ceased from the mouths of all the children of men. And I opened his mouth and his lips, and I opened his ears, and I began to speak with him in Hebrew, in the tongue of creation. And he took the books of his father, and these were written in Hebrew, and he copied them. Like I said before, we just read that T-Rod knew the truth, but he was doing the opposite. He was worshiping idols. And he began to learn them from then on, and I made known to him everything he was incapable of understanding. And he studied them for 6 months of the rainy period, and it happened in the 7th year, in the 6th week, and he spoke with his father and informed him that he would go from Haran to go to the land of Canaan, to see it and to return to him. And Terah, his father, said to him, "Go in peace. The Elohim of the worlds make straight thy path, and Yahweh be with thee and protect thee from all evil, and give to thee good will and mercy and grace before those who see thee. And may none of the sons of men come over thee to do thee evil. Go in peace. And if thou seest a land pleasant to thy eyes to dwell in it, then up and take me with thee, and take Lot or Lot with thee, the son of Haran, thy brother, as thy son, and Elohim be with thee. But Nahor, thy brother, leave with me until thou returnest in peace, and we go with thee together." Now, this is the story of Abram from Jubilees. Now, we see that Terah lost his son from trying to save idols. But Terah was intimidated by the people in Chaldea, and he was afraid to tell the truth and live the truth. And he lost his son due to idolatry. So understand that when we look at Abram and him being amongst the Chaldeans, we got to realize that Abram had to have a special task, or he was given special instruction. So let's read here in Bereshit, the 12th chapter and the first verse. And Yahweh said to Abram, "Go yourself out of your land, from your relatives and from your father's house to a land which I show you. And I shall make you a great nation and bless you and make your name great. You shall be a blessing. And I shall bless those who bless you and curse him who curses you. And in you all the clans of the earth shall be blessed. So Abram left as Yahweh had commanded him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot, or Lot, his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the beings whom they had acquired in Haran, and they set out from the land of Canaan, or Canaan in the English. And they came to the land of Canaan. And Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as Terebinth, tree of Moreh. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. In the English, the Canaanites. And Yahweh appeared to Abram and said, to your seed I give this land. And he built there an altar to Yahweh who had appeared to him. So, as I said, Abram had special instructions. Now, after the tragic death of his brother, we can now see Abram had to tell this truth of who Yahweh Elohim really is. Because his family took a real strong blow in terms of Haran dying trying to serve or trying to save idols. So now we understand Abraham having Yahweh giving him instruction and setting him on the path in which he needed to go. So as we see back here in the scriptures where it says, to your seed I give this land. To your seed I give this land is a huge statement. Because one thing for sure, this being the eastern region of North America. This is where the family of Abram left, Chaldee, or the Chaldee, of the Chaldeans. So, this being North America, we now have a better idea of this land. This land was given to the seed, or will be given to the seed, or has been given to the seed of Abraham. That is the dynamic behind America, and America being great. So this story, or the stories that we read about in the Holy Scriptures, we got to realize that we've been lied to, and that we have to get back on track historically, because this Bible is not just stories. This Bible is law. This Bible is history. That's what we miss. And so we can't continue to be in the dark about where we are geographically. This is that land that was given to the seed of Abraham, North America. And if I'm not mistaken, parts of South America. But for now, we're going to concentrate on North America and the travels of Abraham. So, if you've enjoyed the videos so far, subscribe. Push the like button. And with that, I should bid you shalom, peace, and prosperity.